Hi, I'm Hillary Clinton. It's primary election season, and I believe it's the primary role of the state to teach, train, and raise our children. But there was a time when the government wasn't doing a very good job of that. It all started back in 1974 when Senator Walter Mondale wrote the Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act, otherwise known as CAPTA. CAPTA provided generous federal funding incentives to the states so that they might set up a system for the reporting and investigation of child abuse and neglect, as well as money to cover the administrative costs of snatching the poor little kiddos from their bio parents and keeping them in foster care for years and years. There was indeed a lot of money to be made off of this wonderful system, as lawyers, social workers, healthcare providers, and foster parents were all able to cash in. Private agencies were popping up all over. Adoption and foster care agencies, transportation providers, and mental health care providers were all getting lucrative government contracts to help care for the kids. And the drug companies were all making a killing by providing psych meds to help keep them quiet. You see, in my early days I found that monetizing and privatizing child poverty was a lucrative business. And after my husband signed the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act of 1996, which cut off parents' welfare benefits and increased child poverty rates all across the country, the child welfare system was busier than ever, and the NGOs had plenty of billing opportunities, as well as having tons of money pumped into local economies. Then I thought for a minute, wait, what about the children? These poor little super predators were just bouncing from foster home to juvenile jails and group homes for years because there was no federal incentives to get them adopted out into permanent and loving families. That's why I jumped on the opportunity to write the Adoption and Safe Families Act that was signed into law by my husband back in 1997. This, my most brilliant masterpiece, provided permanent loving homes to thousands upon thousands of children who would otherwise linger in foster care by permanently cutting them off from their parents and extended families and providing thousands in adoption bonus money to the states for every kid they adopted out, and even more in tax incentives to the loving families who opened their hearts and homes and adopted these poor sweet children. Special needs kids come with an added bonus to generate even more money for child welfare programs and more fraudulent billing opportunities by ensuring that mental health services were available to them even if the kid didn't need them. The best part about privatizing child poverty is that you can never be audited. You can fraudulently bill Medicaid and fund campaigns like mine and never get caught. And that's why you should vote for me, because children cannot vote. And it takes a tax-exempt corporation like the Clinton Foundation to partner with Goldman Sachs to raise a child and fund my campaign.
I'm not Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.